Hello, children. It's time to stop, drop, and art. Maxtivity is coming at you again with another art project. And this time we're going to be drawing giraffes. Well, just one giraffe. So, if you have pencils, Sharpies, and paint, you're going to be all set for today. It could be acrylic or watercolor. Who likes giraffes? I have been to the zoo many times, and I think the giraffes are one of my favorite animals there. They're just so amazingly tall and so graceful. Let's try to find the very center of this piece of paper. So from the bottom up and from the side over, just do your best to guess. I'm thinking right about there. I'm going to put a little dot right there. That's about the center of my paper. Now I want to find the center of the line, the imaginary line that goes from this dot to the edge of my page. So I'm going to guess that it's right about here. I'm going to do the same thing over here. So where's the center from this dot to the edge of my page? I think is about there. So now I'm going to draw a cup shape that goes from this dot to this dot. And my cup shape is going to kind of slightly curve in and then curve around and curve up to the other dot. There. So we've just kind of made a big U or a big cup shape from that dot to that dot. Now we are going to make another U shape, but this one kind of comes in. Instead of flaring out at the top, kind of comes in a little bit. So you'll see what I mean. I'm making a U right here. See, it's kind of a U shape or a cup shape, but the top flares, the lines lean in instead of out. These curved lines or diagonal lines are going out towards the edge of the paper, and these curved diagonal lines are pointing towards the center of the paper. And this one hangs down. It overlaps and hangs down from the first one. Now we're going to make some more curved lines. And these curved lines are going to be kind of like an M, but it's an M that curves in at the bottom. Actually, you know what? It looks like a number 3. It looks like a sideways 3, doesn't it? You could turn your paper and make a 3. Just be sure that you put it back. All right, this is not looking like a giraffe, is it? Well, just wait. Inside of our 3, we're going to put 2 little teardrops or raindrops upside down. Aha! It's a snout. Now, if I erase this line, this is not the best eraser on the planet. I think I need a stronger eraser. But when I paint over it, I don't think you'll see it. We're getting there. Trust me, it's gonna look like a giraffe. All right, now we are going to continue this line. This line is going up, and it's gonna continue going up just a little bit, and it's gonna curve in, just like that. Let's do the same thing over here. Our line is going up in this direction. We're gonna let it go up just a little bit farther in that direction, then we're gonna curve in so that it's just like the one on the other side. Now we're gonna start traveling up with our line, up, 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 and then curving over and coming back down. Let's do the same thing on this side. We're gonna go up, curve over, and come back down. And then let's join those in the middle with a little curving line. We've connected our lines. So now this shape is enclosed. Still doesn't quite look like a giraffe, but we're gonna put ears on and then it'll look much better. So I'm gonna start right about here where I started going up with my horn, and I'm going to make a line that goes out like this, and one over here in the same spot. Then I'm gonna go up and out to the edge of my page, and I'm gonna curve back down just about to that dot. So I'm gonna go up and out to about the edge of the page, then curve down back to the dot. So we did that to make it easy. These are gonna be his ears, but you can go ahead and round out that pointy corner. If you round out these sharp corners, it'll make them look more like ears. That was just an easier way to draw it. You might go like that, make a little kind of a curvy S. Okay, our giraffe still doesn't have eyes. Well, those dots that we made are going to tell us where the eyes go. So first I'm gonna make a line that goes like this, coming out from each dot, a curve, and then one going down, back up to the dot. There's our eyes. And I suppose you can put circles inside of the eyes. I'm not sure what giraffe pupils look like. Are they more long and skinny? We'll see, we'll have to investigate that. All right, now we are going to tape our second piece of paper on. So you should have two pieces of paper. I've got one here that I messed up on the first time, so I'm gonna use that because we're just painting it, so it should be okay. And I am going to tape these together. So I'm gonna turn them, oh, whoops. I'm doing a lot of recycling today. This was an old drawing from another project. I'm going to overlap my papers just a little bit. Just a little. So overlap them about 1 inch. And then I'm gonna tape them together. And I think it'd be better to use masking tape than Scotch tape. But if Scotch tape is all you have, that's fine. It's just that because we're going to be painting this and the paper might get kind of wet, well, it'd be better to use masking tape, I think. So just tape that together, across the back, and then when we flip it over, we have a nice long piece of paper. So we are going to now draw our giraffe's neck. So let's start right here, and let's just make a long line that goes slightly diagonal, not straight down, but slightly at a diagonal all the way down. And it just keeps going at a diagonal all the way down to the bottom of the page. Now we'll do the same thing over here. Start just a little bit to the side of the mouth, and we're going to go that same slight diagonal all the way down. Whew, I have to keep moving it so you can see it in the camera. All the way down and off the page. That's a tall giraffe neck. This is gonna be fun when we're all done. Great. Okay, I think we want to draw some spots on our giraffe's face, kind of like freckles. Not perfect circles. What do you think? I think that's pretty good. And let's do some spots on our giraffe's neck. Maybe they kind of go like this. Some are big, some are kind of square, some are more round. we're just gonna, maybe there's some little ones. Okay, kind of like stepping stones. Just some shapes on our giraffe. So we have drawn our giraffe. Good job. All right. I think maybe we want some eyelashes on our giraffe. Let's make a little curved line out that way. Of course, when we paint them, you won't see those as well. All right, now I'm gonna take a Sharpie or a permanent marker, and I'm going to trace what I drew. But if I made a mistake, I don't want to trace my mistake, right? I don't want to see that. Like, I'm not going to trace this line. I erased that line. I'm just going to trace this. I don't want to see that line. That line was just to help me get the shapes right. But I don't want to see that line later. I do want to see these when I paint, and I hope that this shows through the paint. It would show through watercolor. So if you're doing watercolor, it'll definitely show. If you're doing acrylic paint, it kind of depends on how thick your paint is, I think. So we will hope that it shows up. All right, we did the face. Now the long neck. I think we would need more than 2 pieces of paper to make this neck as long as a real giraffe neck. It seems super long, but it's not even as long as it would be on a real giraffe. Giraffes have such interesting markings. So do zebras. And you know, I have heard that zebras identify each other based on their stripes and how they're all just slightly different. Maybe giraffes do the same thing. Maybe they recognize each other by their spots. Hard to say. Okay, we've got it all outlined with Sharpie or a permanent marker, and now you could watercolor it, or you could color it with crayons or colored pencils. That would take a really long time. I'm going to use acrylic paint. I think the best way to paint this would be to lay it on your table the long way. Otherwise, you're gonna have to keep moving it up and down, and you're gonna get paint on your shirt. So good idea to push up our sleeves. Now, in the kit that some of you may have bought for this project, we just have red, yellow, blue, and white paint. So that's what I'm going to use to paint this giraffe. If you have your own paint at home and you want to use different colors, that's fine. But these are the primary colors, and you should be able to make all the other colors from these colors. So I'm going to start by taking some of my yellow and a little bit of red, not too much red, mostly yellow, and make an orange. Then I'm just going to take a teeny little touch of blue. I'm going to mix that in. And it should start to make kind of a tan color. Now let's see how that looks on my paper. Oh, that's a perfect giraffe color. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? You didn't know that we could do that with just red, yellow, and a little bit of blue, did you? So I'm going to start painting all of the giraffe fur between the spots. And I might have to make a little bit more paint, but that's okay. This is kind of fun. And it looks like the black Sharpie is showing up. Okay, I'm gonna get some more of my paint. Hopefully you can see all of this. I'm just going in between, around that. Gonna make that a different color, I think. And we'll do the face and the horns this color too, I think. The tops of the ears, maybe not the insides of the ears. I think we'll do a different color on the lower half of the ears. So if you need to mix some more up, remember it's a lot of yellow, a little bit of red, and a tiny touch of blue. Could they see that? Yeah, okay. Asking my cameraman. And if it's not exactly the same, look, that's a little darker that time. Oh, that's okay. I think maybe it needs a little more yellow to get it brighter. But of course, giraffes aren't exactly the same shade of that orangish brown all over their entire bodies. Their fur kind of has different colors in it. So we started this project just by drawing some lines. Isn't that amazing? You have to start somewhere, and all art, most art, starts with lines. Just draw some lines and put them together, and pretty soon you have something amazing. Oh, that's looking terrific. So fun to mix your own colors. All right, I think I want to make this a lighter color. So I'm going to take a lot of yellow and just take a little bit of my orangey color that I had and mix that in so it's not just bright yellow, but it has a little bit of that orange. And I'm going to do that. Now, maybe you want to make yours darker, or maybe you want to make yours pink. I don't know. That's a really bright yellow. Maybe a little more, just a tiny bit more of the orange, but I don't want it to be the same as the background I've already got. I want it to be a little different. Nice, okay. Now, let's see, what about the ears? Inside the ears, let's make that kind of a pinky orange. So I'm cleaning my brush. I don't know why I cleaned my brush, I really didn't need to. Okay, so I'm gonna get some red. I haven't even used the white yet, have I? Maybe we don't need it. I'm gonna get some red. Well, actually, this might be when I use the white. Okay. Putting a little white on my plate. And just a little bit, maybe just a little bit of yellow. Kind of make a pinky orange. Can you see what I'm mixing? Mm-hmm. Pinky orange. And we're gonna do the insides of his ears with the pinky orange. Okay. If yours is a little pinker, that's probably good. Mine's a little dark. I might add a little more white. Just blend it in while it's still wet. I think that looks good. Now for the spots, if you want to be traditional, you could just do dark brown spots. And you can make dark brown by adding a little more blue to your to this light orangish brown that we made. Or I think it'd be fun to do spots that are different colors. Like, let's do some blue spots. I'm gonna do some blue spots. I'm gonna make a very colorful giraffe. I'm just gonna make a blue spot here and a blue spot there. Here a spot, there a spot. I know giraffes don't really have blue spots, but this is art. We can do whatever we want. You could make black spots. I think some giraffes actually do have black spots, probably. You could make red spots, or you can make purple. That would be mixing some red and blue together, right? That didn't quite get purple. Let's do a little more blue. What do you think? Does that look purple? Yeah, I think so. So let's do a purple spot here. Let's do a big purple spot down here. Let's do another little blue spot there. Maybe a little red spot. And what about, what about a green spot? I think I need to clean my brush off if I'm going to do that. I could mix, I need some fresh yellow. Okay, get some fresh yellow. Running out of room on my plate here. Let me get a new plate. Ta-da! There was a secret plate underneath of that plate. That's handy. Oh, too much yellow. I couldn't get it to come out, and then it was too much. And a little bit of blue. I just have all kinds of different paint tubes here, don't I? So, I'm gonna take a lot of yellow and a little bit of blue. Looks like I need some more blue to make some green. Let's see how it looks. Sometimes, no, it needs more blue. That's kind of a weird green, isn't it? I'm not sure I like that green. Boy, it needs more blue than I thought. Maybe that's not very good blue paint that I have. It just keeps making this kind of ugly pea green color. Well, I guess it's all right. It was an experiment. Okay, so we forgot the face, the dots on the face. I don't want them all to be green. I will rinse that brush off, and I think I'll get a smaller brush actually, because those dots are small. And that brush is really wide. It's easier to, I like the purple. I'm gonna mix a little more purple. It's easier to paint little things when you have a brush with a tip. If you've got a great big brush, it makes it pretty hard. And let's do just blue. All right, now you can make your giraffe's eyes whatever color you want. I think oh, it's kind of a purpley blue, that's nice. And looks like I'm gonna have to mix up some of that dark brown so that I can paint the inside of his nostrils. That would be, I'm gonna have to make, well actually I could have just used my purple, couldn't I? So I've got my purple, maybe add a little bit more to it. And then if I add some yellow to that, it's not getting very dark, is it? Adding more blue might make it darker. Kind of not quite achieving what I wanted here. It looks red. I think we need more blue. So we kind of made a purple, and then we added a little yellow, and you just kind of have to keep trying. I think I just needed more blue to make it darker. That's what I'm wanting there. That's getting dark. It's almost black. I'm not sure I want to color in the eyes. I kind of like that shine spot there. That was just to do the insides of the nose. It's looking pretty cool. So, didn't do the background. What color do you think we should do the background? I'm thinking a nice light blue, because our giraffe is all orange, which is a warm color, and we do have some blue spots, but I think it'd be nice to do a nice blue, or I have a whole lot of yellow. I could do green. No, my assistant says no on the green. All right, so I'll use this plate. Get some blue. You really don't need a lot because we're going to add white to it. We want it to be light blue. And we're going to want a bigger brush because there's a lot of space to cover here. In fact, I'm probably just going to do fast forward when I paint the background, but I'll show you. I'm just taking a little bit of blue and mixing it with this white. see that I didn't go all the way up to the giraffe. You don't have to paint right up to the edge of the giraffe if you don't want to. I did that here, but I didn't do it here and I didn't do it there. You can just kind of go around the giraffe if you want to, then you don't get blue on him. So my handy assistant camera woman said that she really doesn't like the red spots. They look too gruesome. So maybe what we'll do is we will use that dark brown that we made. It's actually kind of a dark purple. And maybe we'll go over the red spots with that and see how that looks. So they're not exactly like the other purple spots. They're a little bit darker. Is that better? Maybe. All right, and then we should let this dry. Be sure to rinse your brushes out. It should probably take maybe 10, 20 minutes to dry, depending on how thick you put the paint on. But I think it turned out pretty good. So this is a really fun project, and it'll look really fun on your wall or on your grandma's wall or on your fridge, on the door. It'd be a good place to hang it. It's just fun to paint big sometimes. So I hope you enjoyed making giraffes with me today. And I hope you have a great week. Maybe you'll think of some other animals that you could paint this week.